Hello everybody, it's Joey from Dude's YouTube channel, and what we're doing today is a review on the Apple AirPort Extreme router, the AC router, BGN. Okay, so it's BGN AC 2.5 gigahertz and or 2.7 gigahertz, I'm sorry, and also 5 gigahertz of Wi-Fi transmitting. This light you can disable. Okay, well, you know what? First off, let me start with this. This is an exceptional router. This router is like extraordinaire. It definitely raised the bar, and I think as of right now, and I may get a lot of comments, but as of January 2015, this is the best router on the market. It's a $200 router, but the reason I decided to drop that on it was because I needed it. It was the only router I could find that would allow me to get the speeds over Wi-Fi that I'm actually getting wired. I do not on the same room anyway. I'm seeing at max about 10 megabits per second degradation from my wire to Wi-Fi. Wired right to my computer, I get 126 down, but on Wi-Fi I'll see 115, 130 on my laptop. Well, 126, so like 115 to 126 on my laptop. Now that's on my laptop, because on my phones the max I've seen on my phones was 104, and that's only because the Wi-Fi adapters in them aren't exactly made to see 126. I was actually surprised that they saw 104. If you look it up, it shows like, the fastest phone is like really, 140 megabits per second, I believe. So I thought that was pretty good. It's only a Apple iPhone 5. My other phone was a Samsung Galaxy S3, which is like 2 models behind now, and that phone saw, I believe, 60, and that is an Android. So obviously my iPhones will pair like that to it, but I was thinking all my other devices would be a lot worse than they do perform. And my laptop is a computer. It's not not a Mac. It's a Windows 8, and it's actually the Asus. It's an Asus K series, and it's it's a good laptop, but I did not expect to see 115 to 126. Now if I go one floor up, it drops maybe 80, and then 2 floors up it's maybe actually I've seen 40 2 floors up. But it seems like when you get 2 floors up, and now remember, I'm in my basement here, and a lot of people say, why do I place my router in my basement? And that's only because this is my room down here. This is like my room. I don't care about the other floors. This is my no, I am not a 90-year-old guy living in my mom's basement. I am a freshman in high school. So, but I figured this is, I'm just trying to start a channel up here, by the way. But long story short, this router is exceptional. Its range is definitely amazing. Now, like I said, I only am getting like 62 floors up. That's like a, that's about 40 megabits of data loss. Now that's 2 floors up, and that's from a basement. If I was going from up to down, I am assured and certain that we would be talking a different story. Okay, and it's probably one of the only routers on the market where you can get the speeds over Wi-Fi that you have wired. Now, it's also important to have an excellent card in your computer or device to actually see the speeds. Now, let me show you something over here. This is the box here. You just put this over here. This is the Apple AirPort box. Okay. This is the Apple AirPort box. Alright. And this will tell you all about it. Okay, you got let it focus. 802.11 AC Wi-Fi. Create an ultra-fast 802.11 AC dual-band Wi-Fi network. Greater performance and extended range for your Wi-Fi devices. Expand your network. Connect to a cable or DSL modem with Gigabit Ethernet. USB 2 lets you share a printer or hard drive and access it wirelessly. Yeah, that USB port. I'm sorry. Let me show you on the back. There it is. Oh, you guys can't see anything. Okay. There it is. These are all gigabit ports. And this is going on my computer, and that's a Cat 6 going in. But right between these two, that right there is a USB 2.0 port, not 3.0. So for all your hard drives like most routers have now. And that's the power cable. The power cable I exceptionally liked because it's actually got like a felt feel. There's like a felt layer on the outside of it. Now, back to the box. It's easy setup, and they got that right. I believe I said it previously in the video. There's just the app you can get, the AirPort Extreme app. And there it says Gigabit Ethernet LAN for these ports. USB 2.0. And then Gigabit Ethernet WAN. And then there's your power cable. This actually looks like the real device in the camera. And then you have your nice Apple logo. And so we'll go ahead and open the box. Basically, it's like one of these sliding bottom boxes. Let's see if I can do this. I'm just trying to do it with so I don't have to put the camera down. Yeah, it's coming. Just have to shake it. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. It'd be quicker if I just put you guys down for a second. Okay, sorry about that, guys. And in here you have this is like a little thing that comes out of here. And in here you have your Apple 1-year warranty. Okay. Their warranty policies. And then you have their, I believe this was a wrap. They just wrapped the power cable in. And this is the instruction manual, your actual instruction manual. Oh, there's something else. Okay, well, this is your actual instruction manual here. Tells you all about it, if you care to read it. This is the, not sure what this is actually. AirPort Extreme Access Point Regulatory Certification. Okay. Don't know what that is. Some kind of certification there. And this cardboard thing goes back on. Oh. Okay. You see in the box there. I love their boxes. Is it only me? Because I save all of my Apple boxes. I don't know why. I just like Apple's boxes a lot. I think they do like such a good job with their box. They're just all about design, I guess. Like this box has to weigh like a good 5 pounds at least, I have to say. And it's very fast setup. It took me less than a minute to set up with the Apple AirPort Extreme app, made by Apple, of course. You could tell I like Apple because I have the Steve Jobs book over there. I like Apple, and I am not biased in any way. So I didn't want you guys to think I'm reviewing this product too much by showing you that book, and I'm not. And the only reason I like Apple, and I can say I usually don't say, oh yes I like, and then a brand. I usually just say yes I like, and then the specific product. But I'm saying yes I like Apple because over any other company, only because not as a company themselves and their company profile, but their products. For what I'm looking for, I haven't found a product from another company that can outbeat or outperform or generally, outdo anything Apple has done, in my opinion. However, I do feel that Microsoft and Google and all that is coming close. They definitely are. I just feel like they go their own separate and totally different ways. And my way is more the Apple way. However, if a Windows or Microsoft or Google, well, Windows is my, I'm sorry, if Microsoft or Google came out with a product and Apple didn't have it, or they did and it wasn't as good, I will admit to that, accept it, and buy that Windows, or I'm sorry, that Microsoft or Google product. I don't care who it's made by, so that's just, I don't want you guys to feel I'm biased here. I am not biased. Okay? I don't care, the company itself. I care about the products, and I don't care to read a book by Bill Gates either. It's just, I saw this book and picked it up, so, you know. But, and to prove I am not Apple biased, I have really been thinking about swapping my iPhone 5 for a Samsung Galaxy S5 because I'm really kind of liking what it has to offer, but I figured I might as well wait at this point and wait for the 6 because the Samsung Galaxy S6, because the Apple iPhone 6 and 6 Plus are, I don't know, they're not doing it for me. I think at this point it's becoming too similar to their previous versions. I can't tell the difference between the 5S and the 6, and I don't care about screen size. I don't care. The 6 Plus is too big. That's why I have an iPad. And the 6, what's the difference in that and the 5S other than how it feels in your stupid hand? So I'm not biased. I may switch to Android for my next phone and live that out and see what Apple comes out with, see what Samsung comes out with, and then stick with the brands that have the better stuff, is pretty much to sum it up. And anyway, the AirPort Extreme is definitely worth buying. Definitely. It's, especially if you have a lot of Apple devices in the house. Now, if you have a lot of Android devices in the house, this router is still going to outperform any other router connected to your Android device. Regardless that it's an Android and this is an Apple router. Obviously, they know their phones, and obviously they're going to have, hardware-wise and software-wise, that this router will be, and interface with your phones a lot better than with an Android and a router. But your Android may not be as good as your phone, as your iPhone and this, but your Android is still going to see more speeds than it would ever see on a different router, except maybe that Nighthawk tri-band router that they came out with. Um, but then it's the same story vice versa for your iPhone and that router. Your Android might actually outperform on that than your iPhone. Don't actually know unless I experimented, but I know if you look this up on their website, they show a lot more than the box is showing here. What's in here, there's a fan on the bottom, for one thing. Oh, there is a fan on the bottom. I did not actually know until my friend pointed it out, and that is because it is it's so quiet you couldn't even hear it until he was playing with it, and he saw like little air vents on the bottom, and he thought, is there a fan in here? And this is, I'm sure there's other routers with fans, but I'm not aware. So this router is probably one of the very few that have a fan, and you can't even hear it. You cannot hear it unless you put your ear up to it, and even then you hear just a hum that would be no louder than the hum of maybe the internal workings of your iPhone if you put your ear up to it. I think that for the price and to quality, it is worth it. However, why spend $200 on a router if you don't have the speeds? Like I said previously or earlier in this video, the only reason I dropped $200 on this was for the fact being that I upgraded my internet and I wanted my internet. I wanted to have those speeds that I got. Why throw them all down the drain? In my Netgear N600, where I saw like 20 over Wi-Fi, and I even got integration wired through my Netgear N600. With this, I'm not seeing to the hundredths place of a speed test. I am not seeing degradation. It is exactly the same wired as if I wired my modem straight to my computer. Remember, if you're going to get something this good, based upon the fact that you have internet this good, also get a Cat 6 cable. That is what I have done. They are no longer unpatched now, so it's you can get the actual patch cable now. 2015, let's hope. So go ahead and pick one of those up, and you can get them fairly cheap at. I got mine at Best Buy. Just you don't need anything fancy, just a Cat 6 if you're gonna have over 100. Cat 5e can definitely see over 100, but you're just gonna have a lot more stability and network throttling and whatnot with your Cat 6 and network and interfacing and routings with your Cat 6. I didn't buy 2. I didn't care for my computer to have anything over the Cat 5e. But right from the modem to the router and a whole house of devices connecting to it, I definitely went with the Cat 6 because I wanted stability and I didn't want any, throttling between devices and, packet fragments and whatnot. So I definitely get the Cat 6 cable. That's what I almost walked out of the store with. When I got this, I also figured we're getting a Cat 6 cable, and I got a bunch of new network adapters for some computers in the house, and because why get such good, with technology, when you get one thing, you got to make the other previous or precedent techs in the house or clients, and also the successors to you don't want any throttle necking or bottlenecking, and you want everything to be just work like butter. So I believe I have a house working perfect with my networking setup that I have going. The cable just goes right to the modem to here, and the modem just to coax goes up behind the wall there, through the ceiling, over where it comes into the house over there, and it works, you know, very well. Definitely very well it works. And so, yeah. So I thank you all for watching this video. And I like I said, you have to have the internet for this. It is not worth it whatsoever to drop $200 on a router you don't need. If you have a lot of devices in the house, okay, and you have, you're noticing issues, you've done a lot of things to your router, you've reset it, you try to really work out your router that you have now. And if you're going with your first time router, don't get this. It's not worth it, but I needed it. It is definitely something you want only if you need. It's very pricey. Now the Nighthawk is a little bit cheaper. There's a tri-band Nighthawk. I don't actually know the model of it, but you'll probably find it. It's definitely not as nice either. I thought this thing was incredibly nice. I mean, that's just as glossy. I mean, this is like my bathroom mirror. Like, it's definitely the nicest router on the market. I mean, this is Apple, and design is all about it. And performance-wise, like I said, I think this is the best. But for price, there's that Nighthawk tri-band router. This isn't tri-band. The Nighthawk tri-band, that's something to think about, and it's cheaper. But I mean, the only reason that would be better than this is for the price, and you get tri-band. But this does as much speed as the tri-band would do, all in an AC band, and so it may not be tri-band, but Apple definitely knew how to pack a punch with their AC band and BGN. And anyway, long story short, okay, what you want to do is really, work out the router you have now. If you're getting it for the first time, don't get this. Stick with like a Netgear, like a, $50 to $80 Netgear router or something like that. Something not, not crap, but don't get something not, definitely get a good router, but you can get some really good routers. You can get a lot of good routers out there, and not nearly this price, but it's may not even like with the rate of a price, this may not even be that good, because it's $200, and for like $50 less I can get something nearly good as it, and that's $50, but there's like that gap. There's nothing in between that gap. There's nothing only $10 less. So unfortunately, you have to make a big sacrifice, a big commitment for just a little improvement in performance. And sometimes you have to do that, though, like I did in my case. This is the only thing I was finding that supported the speeds I wanted. Routers will claim they support up to a certain amount. Like this one, I believe, is 1,000, or I'm sorry, like 1,800 megabits per second. It probably does not say on here. And that may be true, but they don't tell you that's what you're going to be transmitting and receiving on a device. That's only what it can read, the router itself. That's before the Ethernet ports. That's before it's transmitted through the antennas. And if the antennas are really intricate and complex in this, there's actually, if you look on the website, there's like a line here, and then I think there's about 8 array antennas going like this and then like this, and there's like a huge like in the whole top half of it. There's this huge like complex array of antennas, and then there's like going sideways, diagonal. It shows on the website, but if you actually look, that only shows a much simpler version of the antennas. That's not actually how complex it is. Look up a video of somebody taking this apart. and you can actually see what it really shows going on inside. It is extremely complicated. There's like 1,000, like literally 1,000 like wires. I mean, technically there's only like 8 antennas apparently. There's like, it's like a octa antenna array or something, I don't know. But from all I was concerned, I saw a million antennas because there was just a whole series of things going on in here with wires and whatnot when they actually took this apart. So the actual motherboards and whatnot are pretty much, you know, actually maybe a little bit under this first Ethernet port. This is where all the stuff is, right here. And like the very bottom half, and all the antennas are just filling this space here. It's just like coils and you know, things going like this, going like this. There's actually thick metal. I did see 8 actual metal, like they're like little like pipes with just empty space in between on the video, and I'm guessing those are the antennas because there's 8 of them. But between those, I saw like a million wires going every which way, and I had no idea what they were, but it's definitely got a complex thing going on in there. So this is Apple made heavy duty router right here. Definitely one incredible router. You can also use it as your bathroom mirror, so it's really a 2-in-1. $200 for a router. Actually, it is 2-in-1. You get a repeater in here too. You can get another $200 one and repeat it, or you could use a regular repeater to it, like a $50 repeater. You don't have to get another $200 one of these just to repeat your Wi-Fi signal. But this, you set these up as a base station, and then you set them up as your repeater, and you link them. So right then you're running a $400 Wi-Fi setup. And then you could run $600 Wi-Fi setup if you need to repeat it twice. You could repeat it off of the repeater, you know, and it's all very nicely done, and how Apple did it. So thank you very much for watching. I was going to end this a while ago. And again, long story short, price tag high, quality extremely high. In comparison to other routers, this isn't all that far off from like a $100 router you can get. However, it definitely would outperform that $100 router. It's just that there's this price gap of like $50. You know, I'm just estimating a lot of things right now, but it is true that, you know, these numbers and data I'm giving you it makes sense, and could be unfortunate, but that's the reality of the routing and situations and whatnot right now of 2015. But in my opinion, and actually in my situation and house and devices I have, internet, this, you know, my setup, this is the best router you can buy. I will tell you that, and I am confident when I say that, and that's quite the thing to say, and a lot of people will fight for me with that, but that I'm just saying, you know, that's my opinion right there. Best router you can buy. Thanks very much for watching. This is Dudes YouTube, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please share it, like it, subscribe. I don't know what's up, you know, the liking usually doesn't happen all very often on YouTube, but you guys don't realize how much that could actually help, and I think we're actually starting to pick up some viewers here at this point. Not necessarily subscribers, but I feel I can see the data of the viewers actually. So maybe we're starting to light a fire here. So we're starting to kindle off. Thank you very much for watching. This is Dudes. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.